They said one punch could kill him, and they weren't joking. In the world of boxing, words are often thrown around lightly. Fighters boast, promoters hype, and fans cheer. But this wasn't just talk. This was something different. When Canelo, Alvarez, and Terence Crawford sat side by side on live TV and casually claimed they could end someone's life with one punch, the world paused. Not because it sounded violent, but because everyone believed them. With just 3 months left until the most anticipated fight in recent boxing history, the atmosphere surrounding Canelo vs. Crawford has reached a fever pitch. This isn't just another championship bout. This is legacy warfare. This is two of the greatest fighters of this generation preparing to go toe-to-toe in a match that could define the rest of their careers. And the stage for this explosive rivalry began to set ablaze when both fighters took part in a high-stakes press conference last Friday. The event, packed with media, analysts, and fans from around the globe, wasn't your usual PI fight circus. No tables were flipped. No insults were screamed. Instead, there was a cold, controlled intensity. Canelo Alvarez, the pride of Mexico, stood tall and composed, his eyes fixed on the man who dared to challenge his throne. Across from him, Terence Crawford, undefeated and unshaken, matched his energy with a quiet storm brewing behind his smile. Their body language said more than words ever could. This wasn't about promotion. This was about business. But the evening didn't end there. In a move that caught everyone by surprise, both fighters made a joint appearance on British television, sitting across from none other than Piers Morgan. Known for his provocative questions and viral interviews, Morgan wasn't the typical host for boxing royalty. Still, there they were, two men who punch for a living, sharing a couch, sharing laughs, and at one point sharing the potential for lethal violence. That's when things took a strange turn. Midway through the interview, Morgan turned to them with a mischievous grin and asked a question that no one saw coming. Could either of them kill him with a single punch? The room froze. Canelo looked straight at him and said, "Easy." Crawford, not missing a beat, calmly replied, "Definitely." The responses weren't said with malice. There was no aggression in their tone. They were just answering honestly, matter-of-factly. It was chilling. Morgan chuckled awkwardly, but you could see it in his eyes. This wasn't the reaction he was expecting. He had stepped into the ring, metaphorically speaking, with two of the most dangerous men on the planet, and they had just told him, without flinching, that he wouldn't last a second if they let loose. Crawford elaborated slightly, explaining that a precise shot to the temple would be enough. Canelo took it a step further and even invited Morgan to visit his training camp to try it out. A joke? Maybe, but no one was laughing too hard. What made the exchange so powerful wasn't the bravado, it was the calm. These men live in a world where strength is measured by how well you can control it. They weren't boasting. They were reminding everyone what exactly is at stake in this sport. One punch, 1 second, that's all it takes. For most people, that's a terrifying thought. For them, it's Tuesday. Social media exploded. Clips of the interview went viral. Fans couldn't get enough. Some debated whether they could actually do it. Others just marveled at how effortlessly the fighters delivered their responses. And while the moment may have shocked the mainstream audience, boxing fans knew better. This is the world these men live in. They train every day with the intent to deliver that one shot. The shot that ends it all. But beyond the buzz and the media frenzy, that interview revealed something deeper. It showcased the mindset of two athletes who are more than ready for what lies ahead. Canelo and Crawford didn't need to trash talk. They didn't need to perform. Just their presence, their confidence, and their chilling honesty were enough to let the world know this fight is going to be something different. The chemistry between the two was also oddly respectful. They didn't interrupt each other. They didn't compete for attention. They sat as equals, both aware of the magnitude of what they were about to step into. There was a shared understanding, a mutual recognition of greatness. And maybe that's why the moment was so striking. Two legends, one stage, one final test. Crawford has been on a tear. He's dismantled every fighter put in front of him, crossing weight classes with surgical precision. His speed, timing, and ring IQ are second to none. Yet now, he faces his biggest challenge not just in terms of weight, but experience. Canelo has fought them all. From Gennady Golovkin to Sergey Kovalev, he's tested himself against giants. And while some critics argue that he's slowing down, his recent performances say otherwise. Canelo, too, knows what's on the line. He's been in the game long enough to know that one fight can rewrite your entire legacy. He's heard the doubts, he's read the headlines, but nothing fuels a fighter more than being underestimated. He's not just fighting Crawford, he's fighting the narrative. As the days count down, the intensity is only going to grow. Every press appearance, every training video, every word exchanged will be dissected. But in that one surreal interview with Piers Morgan, the world got a raw glimpse into who these men really are. Not entertainers, not influencers, fighters. They live and breathe combat. They understand risk like most people never will. And when they say they could kill a man with one punch, it's not for headlines. It's not hyperbole. It's the unvarnished truth of their profession. That's why this fight matters. It's not just a clash of styles. It's a collision of two mentalities, two paths, two legacies. And when they finally meet in the ring, the respect they showed on that talk show couch will vanish. It'll just be gloves, grit, and willpower. For now, fans will keep rewatching that interview, smiling at Morgan's stunned expression, replaying the moment Canelo smiled and said, "Easy." They'll argue over who has the edge, who will land that fateful punch, who will walk away victorious. But one thing is already certain, neither man is bluffing. This fight is real. It's brutal, and it's going to be unforgettable. Crawford, calm and focused, continued to explain his philosophy inside the ring. To him, a fight isn't about flash, it's about purpose. Every punch has intent, every movement is calculated. And when he said one punch could end Morgan's life, he wasn't trying to intimidate. He was simply explaining the power he's trained for his entire life. Years of dedication, discipline, and damage have made him a weapon. The audience could feel the chill beneath his calm exterior. This was a man who doesn't bluff. Canelo, always composed but never passive, nodded in agreement. His expression didn't change, but the message was clear. While others talk to sell fights, he fights to silence talk. His invitation to Morgan wasn't a gimmick, it was a challenge. Come see the truth for yourself. There's no room for fantasy in his gym, only pain, sweat, and consequence. If Morgan really wanted to test what one punch could do, he'd be welcome, but he wouldn't walk away the same. Even though the exchange was brief, it revealed the dangerous edge both men carry. Fans often romanticize fighters, turning them into celebrities, forgetting they've trained to hurt. That interview peeled back that illusion. These are not entertainers. They are elite fighters capable of ending a career or a life with one blow. It was a reality check for everyone watching, including Morgan, who quickly shifted the topic but couldn't hide his unease. Meanwhile, the press conference footage began circulating across platforms, sparking heated debates. Analysts picked apart their body language, looking for signs of fear or confidence. But what they saw was mutual respect. Neither man flinched. Neither man tried to outshine the other. It was the kind of still tension that only comes when both sides know what the other is truly capable of. The kind of quiet that precedes the storm. As the promotion continues and the countdown to fight night shortens, fans now see this matchup in a new light. It's not just about belts or records anymore. It's about who survives. That single moment on television didn't just hype the event, it stripped away the glitz and reminded the world what boxing is at its core: two men, two fists, and one outcome. And when Canelo and Crawford finally touch gloves, there will be no more words, only the echo of that deadly promise.